To make an authentic Sfincione, you'd normally use just semolina flour. But I actually like the blend of both, which Selena mightn't agree with. So what I have here is 00 flour, so it's the double milled flour, and it's a strong flour. That's going in there. And then I have my semolina flour. And separately now, I need to add about a tablespoon of dried yeast to the warm water. And about 3 teaspoons of sugar. Once the sugar and yeast have dissolved, pour the cloudy liquid into the flour and then run the mixer, slowly and gently turning the dough as you would turn it by hand. A large splash of good quality olive oil and you have made what I would call a soft pizza dough. While that dough is rising, let's get on with the chopping and caramelising the onions. What's distinctive about a Sfincione is its generosity of topping. So while the onions are cooling down, I have here some anchovies. Not to everybody's taste, I have to admit, but they work so well in this, and of course it's typical Southern Italian. And the next most important ingredient is the cheese. Typically, you would use a caciocavallo or a provola. It has to be a cheese that melts down. Now, if you can't get that, a mozzarella works wonderfully with this recipe. And then we have our dough that has been rising for about 2 hours now. So it's a lovely soft dough, and in fact, that's what a Sfincione should be all about, because Sfincione, loosely translated, means soft. And in Palermo, they have a phrase when they're talking about gentle people, and they say they're as soft as a Sfincione. With the dough, it's really important to give it just a little knead. It only takes about 3 minutes. It's a nice fast job. And then I have my tray here. And you definitely need lots of flour on this tray, because it's really important that the dough spreads into each corner. So if you oiled that tray, it just bounces back on you. So we just stretch it out. The next ingredient are the caramelized onions. The sweetness of the onions is vital to this. Oh, it smells delicious already. So I just spread these out. The chopped anchovies really give a beautiful salty flavour to this. That's that. And then our lovely mozzarella goes on. It's looking good. Okay. So then we have this wonderful tomato and basil sauce that we made earlier. And this is where you are very, very generous with the topping. It's not like a pizza topping where you'd just lightly cover the base with the tomato sauce. Now, this here is pecorino cheese. In that goes. And I'm going to mix that with some breadcrumbs. And these are breadcrumbs that have been lightly toasted. And then this just gets spread on top. And finally, I have some oregano. And I'm just going to sprinkle it on the top. Now, you can use dried oregano as well. But if you can get fresh oregano, I particularly like the flavour of it. So you liberally coat it with all your ingredients. It weighs a ton, and it goes into the oven at about 180 degrees for about 25 minutes. And there you are. I think Selena would approve. It's my very own Sfincione.